dear and respected friend. Thank you so much for your kind participation in today's GSDS Forum Weekly.
We are going to listen to one of the top experts of our country about cyber security. The theme today is cyber encounters, cops' adventures with online criminals. We have the privilege of listening to Director General of Uttarakhand Police, Shri Ashok Kumar, who has been engaged in the cyber world as not only a concerned citizen and officer, but also a scholar. So we are very happy that a number of people have joined from India and abroad to listen to Ashokji. We'll have around 30 to 45 minutes for Ashokji to make his first round of presentation, followed by some comments and questions, so that Ashokji gets a second round to respond to the questions and cover up the points which are not covered in the first session. You are most welcome, Ashokji. We thank Shri Randhir Kumar Gautam for facilitating this session, and we hope that it will be a meaningful engagement for all of us this evening.
Yeah, this was a 1-minute video about my book, latest book on cybercrime, titled Cyber Encounters, and it has been published by Penguin, and the foreword has been written by, as you saw, the legend Amitabh Bachchan, because he has also himself been a victim to cybercrime. What I believe is that internet, the latest revolution in the field of science or technology is the internet, and through internet the whole world has become one. Everything is in our palm, जिसको कहते हैं दुनिया मुट्ठी में. So with the invent of internet, everything has become online. The whole life has become online, especially after Corona. The speed of life becoming online has increased 10 times more after Corona. Education, jobs, banking, so everything is now online. When life became online, it was but natural that the criminal also will come online. When the money is transacted online, the banking is done online, so criminal has also come online. So there is the genesis of cybercrime. Nowadays, the biggest challenge to police, the whole of the police of the country, is tackling cybercrime. And its volume, the volume of cybercrime has become so high that it is almost getting out of our hands to tackle it. It's not within our country. Had 10 lakh plus cybercrimes registered online. There is a portal called Cybercrime Reporting Portal, National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, NCRP, with the Cyber Helpline 1930. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
You are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay. So this Cybercrime Helpline 1930, everyone can register the crime online wherever it happens, but the MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, has created this helpline 1930 and a cybercrime reporting portal, NCRP. Everyone can register on that. The challenge is, as I was talking, the volume of cybercrime is so high that the capacity of the country's police is, not so much. Number two, another big point is the criminal here is sitting thousands of miles away. In cybercrime cases, in physical crime, criminal is almost from nearby areas, at the most from bordering states. But here, criminal is sitting in Jamtara, criminal is sitting in Mewat and committing big crimes. Number three, one criminal is committing thousands of crime. Thousands of crime, because he just sends phishing links to hundreds of people, and let's say 10, 20 people every day get into his trap. So the last big challenge is that digital footprints are not so high. Digital footprints of the cybercrime are not so much. Otherwise, in normal crime, loot, dacoity, murder, kidnapping, we have physical footprints. When we have physical footprints, tracking the criminal is very easy. They can be seen on CCTV, we can track them through mobiles. So tracking the criminal is very easy in physical crime. But in this online crime, in the cyber crime, in the world of cyber crime, tracking the criminal is not easy. They have only digital footprints, and many a time the digital footprints are also fake. So the police faces further challenge. The numbers they use are fake, they are all spoofed. The bank accounts they use are fake. They are on someone else's name, someone else's Aadhaar card is used to open those accounts. Therefore, the challenge to police is multifold. That's why I have decided to write this book, so that people are made aware how cybercrime happens. This book has 12 stories of cybercrime. All 12 are of different pattern. Like first story is about honey trap. A retired person is honey trapped by a woman claiming to be sitting in London, claiming to be his Facebook friend, and then slowly she traps him that I'm coming to India, then I'm held by custom people and I need this much money. He loses 97 lakh rupees over this honey trap case. Similarly, there are ATM frauds, there are sextortion cases, there are money doubling apps, there are loan apps, there is this OLX fraud that came, there was KBC lottery fraud. So every day cyber criminals are changing their modus operandi. This book tries to give 12 stories, real life stories, through which we try to explain that how cybercrime happens, what is their modus operandi, and how police works out these cases. And through this process, people will know that how they can avoid becoming victim to cybercrime. About cyber security, I would say cyber security is a wider field. Like cybercrime happens to individual, cyber security issue is of the organizations. Like our AIMS website was hacked. So that is a bigger issue when the not so friendly people, they can try to attack even your whole system, like your ATC, air traffic control, like your railway system, railway ticketing system, so many other where they can hack in and then they can create problems for the organization. It is said that future wars will not be fought in air. Future wars will not be fought on land. Future wars will not be fought in water. Rather, future wars will be fought in cyberspace. Therefore, cyber security is very, very important. And cyber crime, everyone individual has to learn how to avoid becoming a victim to cyber crime. That is the only way. Educating people is the only way that we can reduce it, because otherwise the volume is beyond our capacity, volume of cyber crime. So these 12 stories, through these 12 stories, I am trying to tell people basic tips, cyber safety tips, we can say. if I talk about 5-6 basic tips, I can speak and then I can, answer people's questions. Like simple tip is your password should not be easy. Normally, people will keep your password as your date of birth, your son's date of birth, your friend's name, your wife's name with some ABCD 1, 2, 3. These are very easy to crack. These are very easy to hack. So have a very tough password. Have a mix of many things, alphabets and also numbers, also some other signs, so that the probability of hacking becomes very difficult. One in 1 lakh. When you have multiple bigger numbers and multiple options, the probability of cracking the password will be difficult. Similarly, you need to protect. You need to be aware that we don't have to click on any unknown link. There are viruses, there are softwares, and they will send you a link through WhatsApp, through YouTube, through email, and if you click on that unknown link, your whole mobile will be cloned. Your whole mobile will be cloned. That means that everything that is in your mobile is in the hands of other person. All your data, all your WhatsApp chat, all your photos, videos, everything the other person can see. Nothing is, nothing is safe. Therefore, we don't have to click on an unknown link. Another basic tip is that they are making fool of people that I will try to send you 10 rupees. You should give me your password. We should all know that your PIN code, your etc. are there only to take money out of your account. No money can be sent to your account through all these PIN codes, etc. Therefore, we don't have to give our OTP, PIN code, or QR code to anybody. We don't have to give our KYC details to anybody on telephone. If my bank wants it, we will talk to him one-to-one. Never we have to give all these details to anybody. Similarly, never pick up an unknown video call, because most of these calls are nowadays sextortion calls. Some obscene video or some nude female photograph will be on the other side, and then they'll click your screenshot. Today only I came to know of one fraud in Pithoragarh. A retired LIC officer. He is being blackmailed for last 4 years, and he has lost 40 lakh rupees just becoming a victim to sextortion. So I don't want to take longer time. My basic idea is that we have to be safe in the cyber world. We have to think before taking any step. We have to, doubt everything. We have to question every move of the other person. Why, what, when, what for? Why is he asking me this? Why, when I have not played any lottery, how it is that I got a lottery? They are claiming that you got a lottery from British government of 2 lakh pound rupees. So when I never played it, how can I get a lottery? Similarly, all these things are very careful. One has to be careful, and one has to question everything. I would request that we give 1 minute, 2 minutes to ourselves. Why is it happening? Why this man is calling me? Why they sent me this link? Why is they asking for permission? Why my KIC is being asked? Why my OTP is being asked? So if we doubt this, we will certainly avoid. Latest fake scam is happening is that we have received a parcel. We have received a parcel, and that parcel has drugs, and now police will be after you, CBI will be after you, ED will be after you, and they will try to blackmail. And then they will make some fake call from CBI or ED that your parcel has been caught, and now you pay lakhs of rupees. One doctor in Delhi was defrauded of 4.5 crore rupees on this account. So every day, these people are coming up with the latest frauds. And people, let me tell you, people in Jamtara and Mewar are running cyber crime courses. Their fees is higher than IIT fees. Therefore, we have to be very aware. We have to be alert. Only then we can, we help ourselves and not become a victim to cyber criminals. This is what my basic talk is. I would say that I can answer all queries from everyone, that what one should
Thank
do,
you.
something happens to you or everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for a very informative talk. And while reading some of the reviews of your book, I found the line of saying prevention is better than cure, and that is something which connects the very idea of how we can save ourselves in the very risk society. And technology is something which is making our life easier, at the same time making our life more risky. So thank you so much. And all those 12 story, it is somehow while reading those story, I found like that is the same story of my neighborhood. So something those 12 stories actually talks about the 12 dimension of that particular cyber crime. So I would request respected participant, those who in our Zoom platform, they can only ask the question, while I request our student, those who are watching this program, they can also comment. So first I would request Ravi Vishwasharya Sharda Prasad ji to initiate the discussion.
Oh, sorry.
Please unmute yourself.
Yes, really excellent presentation. I liked it very greatly because cybercrime is becoming very alarming here in India, especially financial frauds. And with the ease of digital payments and identity theft, it is very necessary to educate people about identity theft, that they should not be very careful on social media, who they interact with, who they give information to, and you should never put sensitive personal information on social media. Be very careful about clicking any links from any unknown persons. And even if you get messages from someone, I always phone back that person and say, did you really send such a message? I never open attachments unless I'm very, very certain of the person, because there is spoofing. In fact, one of the things that they're using nowadays is that they use the Cyrillic script to spoof websites. So one thing you should do is never to click on a link, but you should always enter the URL yourself, key in the URL yourself. And basically, if anything seems too good to be true, you should cross-verify. So these are the remarks I could say. And if there are any other questions, I could amplify on those. Later on, I can talk about identity theft with deep fakes, because that's an area I've been working on, which is generation of deep fakes and use of deep learning, like cycle GANs, the generative adversarial neural networks, for creating deep fakes. And in fact, the technology to detect deep fakes is lagging so far behind the technology to create deep fakes. And one thing we have to keep in mind is that the attackers and the criminals have 1 billion or 1 trillion to 1 advantage over you. By the time you find out that you have been defrauded, the criminals would have erased, cleaned out your bank account and erased all traces. You were talking about sextortion. This is something that is happening a lot in India. So one thing to beware of is that you should never accept video calls on WhatsApp or Telegram from people whom you do not know. If it is a video call, immediately cut the call and try to see who has sent you the call and report it to cybercrime and to WhatsApp. Never ever accept a video call from an unknown person. So these are
Very
some
well,
tips I'd
very
like to
well
give.
said. Let me just add to Mr. Sada Prasad's comments that deep fake is going to be another new challenge for the police. As you already said that the technology with which these deep fakes are being created and technology of detection is lagging far behind. You know, nowadays the future is going to be with politics and all, and that people will create fake photographs, fake videos, and to, you know, differentiate between original and fake will be very difficult. Through deep fake, through AI, it becomes very difficult to, you know, differentiate between the true and the false. And that will create problems in people's mind. And then there will be a lot of complaint that this is not mine, and people will be blackmailed again that this is, maybe they create a porn video through somebody, something, and maybe they they'll try to blackmail people, and so it is going to be another big challenge for police.
You,
So
Ashok ji,
you
may
will
I ask?
never ever be able to trust anything that you see on a screen. Anything you see on a phone screen or a laptop screen, you always have to be skeptical about. From now on, you can only trust something that you see in person with your own eyes. Never ever believe a phone call, because there are people who impersonate your relatives, who impersonate your colleagues, and their voice can be so close that you cannot differentiate between the voice of your relative or your colleague and that of the fraudster, because they just need a voice sample of a few seconds of a person in order to clone his voice perfectly in a way that you cannot detect it. So you have to be very, very careful with whom you enter into financial dealings. It has to be a person whom you know. If you get a call from someone asking for money, always call back the person in your contact list and ask if he really sent that message or made that phone call to you.
We need to verify. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ravi ji. Ashok ji, there is a question by Jagjit Kaur in the chat box. What are your insights on the policy aspects of these issues in the Indian context? Is the data protection bill recently being passed, but doesn't put the accountability on the system for any such issues, rather individualizes the problem. So how do we expect people who don't even understand the internet in the Indian context to be protected? Jagjit Kaur.
Yeah, her questions are quite genuine because in Indian context, our population is, you know, not the whole population is very tech savvy. And even the most tech savvy people are being defrauded, admittedly. So the question is of being alert. That is the, as Mr. Ravi also said, that is the real solution. About data bill that is in the pipeline, that is not yet final. Let's see what it finally comes out to be. Only then I can comment.
Very well. May I ask somebody joining us from Goa, Ms.
Yes,
Pratishtha Arora, to put
Pratishtha.
a question. Pratishtha Arora.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I want to share that we work a lot on online safety in India, and we also receive a lot of cases of cyber help through our helpline, and a lot of extortion cases is what we receive where girls and also girls and boys both basically get trapped in sextortion. And we have closely also, spoken to the cyber cell in Delhi. But I just want to understand the functionality of, when you handle the cases of sextortion, what is that, or how we can kind of, escalate the cases to you so that people who worry about their life, and we can provide them with instant solutions, because when we get into the whole system, people just fear about, because they don't want to even share their identity. And at times they also don't want their parents to be involved in such cases. They are either they are minors, or even, we also get cases of elders, but people don't want to disclose their identity. So in that case, what should we do to kind of, resolve the cases, or kind of, escalate the matter to you?
Very good question, Pratishtha ji. Firstly, I would say that if you get such sextortion call, we should cut it immediately. Secondly, if they send you some clip or some photograph or some video of yours. So, and don't get so much worried, because their purpose is not to put it online. Their purpose is to blackmail you. Once they put it online, then they get nothing out of it. Therefore, people should block them immediately. When they try to blackmail you, people should block them, tell them, I'm going to report it to police. Right? Then, thirdly, as I told you, 1930 and NCRP, these two helplines are always there. But in cases of sextortion, it is better to approach the nearest police station, because that is FIR, so that FIR can be registered, and we should make an attempt to arrest these people. If he is still, persisting with blackmailing or calls from separate numbers. About girls getting blackmailed, let me tell you, about men getting blackmailed, girls getting blackmailed. Nowadays, it is very simple. In the online world, you put on your social media that I have been a victim to sextortion call, which is a fake call. Now everyone will understand in the technological world, in the online world, that it can be fake. So you declare yourself that someone is trying to blackmail me through a fake video, fake photograph, and don't be fooled. So we can declare this. About girls getting blackmailed, I'll tell you, because they are young, they are unaware. What these people do is, girl has got a photograph or videograph with this sextortion call, then they will blackmail her. We will tell your parents. So they worry that my parents will know that I did this, and in that name they'll ask her nude photograph or her nude video. Once that photograph or video is out to them, then you are in for bigger blackmail. You and your parents as well. Your parents are always your well-wishers. Why are you worried about them? Whatever has happened, tell them the truth, and don't get blackmailed. This is my solution, because unless you've done something very wrong, even then you approach the police, and if someone lower police station does not listen to you, approach higher police authorities. They'll be sensitive enough to help you and to track these people who try to blackmail girls and put their videos online.
So I just want to add here.
Yes, Pratishtha.
Yeah, I just want to add here, sir, is that, when we kind of, direct them to this whole mechanism that, please report it to your nearest police station. In our experience, it has been that, people have come and shared that, that the police will directly or, indirectly, it has to go to the cybercrime portal. So if at times it also happens that, they say that police does not want to record our FIR because they are asking us to directly put it on or complete it on the cybercrime portal. And their worry becomes the fact that, what will be the response mechanism over there, because they don't want any identity or they don't want any personal information to be circulated in the internet domain. So there we kind of, we want to, we seek solutions, we seek support from, people like you to kind of, resolve the matters at the earliest, because I understand, at times it becomes the state jurisdiction cases. If somebody is in Bangalore and reporting the case, and the Bangalore police will first take the charge before it goes, goes to any other police department. So the whole response mechanism is what, they constantly keep asking us, that in how much duration this will be resolved, what will be the time frame. Also that, they also come back to us, this hasn't been resolved even after 15 days. So that becomes a constant worry for us to what to tell them, that, that that the police is there, they are doing the best, because we understand, because working in this domain, we understand that we have lack of manpower over there. People who are in the cyber units, they do not have adequate resources or human power that they can resolve the cases one after another, because it is also becoming a bank of it now. The cases of cybercrime are at such a speedy rate that I don't know what is the count, but in one day even we receive around 10 to 15 cases every day. It is one helpline that I'm talking about, but I'm sure that 1930 receives a lot of cases in one day. But the resolve mechanism is what that I just want to highlight over there, and if you could just throw some light on that.
Ashok ji, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Ashok ji,
Yes. Yes, Pratishtha ji, I told it in my basic talk that the volume of cybercrime is very high. That's why this is happening. That if you go to a police station, he will direct to cyber police station. Cyber police station also doesn't have that much manpower which can handle so many problems. But at least I myself am following this. If some such kind of crime happens to a girl or a woman, we are more sensitive towards that. Like a fraud, cyber fraud of 10, 20,000, someone might ignore. But these crimes cannot be ignored because it's a question of life and death for the girl. Therefore, we are very sensitive to this, and I would suggest and I would say that you should reach out to senior police officers that this girl is being blackmailed and she is in mental trauma. So I'm sure that they will come forward to lodge FIR and work it out. This is my suggestion.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Ashok ji, there is this feedback from Himanshu Joshi. पेटीएम से सामान लो तो फ्रॉड कॉल करने वाले को इसकी जानकारी रहती है कि हमने पेटीएम से क्या लिया। वाहन के शोरूम वाले को हमारा नंबर मिल जाता है। तो कहीं ना कहीं इस पर कानून होना चाहिए कि हमारा नंबर ऐसे प्रसारित ना हो। नंबर बिकना ही सबसे बड़ी समस्या है। It has been added by Jagjit Kaur, who is a postdoctoral fellow at the Computer Science Department in Ashoka University, that in fact using a payment Paytm means that we are exposing our information to almost 5-6 agencies in between. That should be thought about. Ashok ji, please.
Yes, the questions are all correct. Actually, data protection bill that madam was talking about is, our data is available, almost everyone's data is available, especially in the dark web. And it is available at such cheap rate that you will not believe. For $1, $2 per person. For them, it is 1,000 persons because everything is, in bulk volumes, online, digital. So $1,000 he earns within a minute. So these data, only thing is that we have never been very, alert on this front. Similarly, in data protection bill, if it comes, I hope that it has stronger, teeth so that we can arrest such people who are knowingly leaking out data or selling data to some other people who are in the dark web. So this is a serious area of concern.
Let's go to Europe. Luigi, Professor Gyan Luigi is from Italy, and I'll request him to make his comment or question for Shri Ashok Kumar ji. Gyan, please.
Yes. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Yes. Thank you very much. It was really very interesting because I am not an expert at all in these arguments. Therefore, it was rather all new for me. As far as my person is regarded, I was not subjected to many attacks, but to something, yes, because for instance, once was hacked in my computer, directly in my computer, in my hard disk, and I risked losing very, very many texts which I had. And so it is only a biographical experience. That is, I have no competence about these. What at university or at the foundations was said to me was to always to pay attention to the use of socials, for instance, because many social are infected with hackers of any sorts. With double, for instance, there is on some socials person who copy your account and put in your account some documents of you that is in the double account, and you have a double account, a triple account, you do not know anything of this, and then suddenly you experience that you have an account. I, for instance, discovered that other people had an account and that they were not aware about it. Well, of course, it is a big problem. I said, well, what I know is only to pay attention and accounts to control that in the social in which you have had an account, there is no a double account. There are no made double accounts of you. And of course, to pay attention to all the trolls, so to speak, all the persons who come in your account, begin to put questions and questions. They seem to be gentle, friendly at the beginning. Then you understand that they only want to extract your information, biographical information, data, and so on and so forth. I think that this is in a certain sense unavoidable. That is, the more you use the social, the more you have to pay attention to this sort of duplication of accounts, of duplication of text, of robberies of text. Of course, always pays attention to not to upload documents if these documents are not published, or at least are not in the way of being published, because this also is a huge problem. And well, yes, the problem is perhaps whether to certify whether there is a net of these hackers which intervene in the socials, or whether they act isolated. As far as I know, there is a net, at least in some cases, because you have always more or less the same hacker who came into your account in the same way, more or less, and you can see there is somebody who is the regist of these actions. Anyway, I am not an expert about the argument, therefore I have listened with great attention with careful attention to the brilliant exposition, and I thank you very much, because I could learn very much from the brilliant contribution. Thank you.
Professor, thank you.
About,
Kishorji.
yeah, just a minute. About
Yes,
this,
Ashokji, boliye.
yeah, about this fake ID, which Mr. Gyan was talking about, we must, immediately declare, once we come to know that there is a fake ID of ours on any social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or anywhere, we must immediately declare on our status. On our status, WhatsApp status or Facebook status, or that there is a fake ID. Hello? I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, yes, of course, it is
So
important.
we must declare on our social media, on our WhatsApp status, that there is a fake ID in my name, and kindly beware of that. Don't respond to that fake ID. We must declare. That is the best solution.
Yes,
Secondly, there have been fake video call centers, fake call centers from India, which are calling people abroad and then putting virus in their computers, and then blocking their data, and then asking for ransom money for opening that, their computer. This is called ransomware. So such people are, we are also arresting such kind of people. So again, we need to be alert. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Minti,
the last
Dr.
comment.
Minti Pradhan.
Last comment from Miniti Pradhan.
Yeah, thank you so much. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes.
First, I would like to congratulate for the book, and thank you so much for sharing the tips. It's very useful. I mean, I just wanted to share a few things. When this digital revolution happened, even the so-called educated, mass and classes, everybody was struggling to cope up with the new, to be a digital literate and doing things. So somebody asked the question, how that we expect the current scenario, how everyone to know. In that case, I just would like to share something. One regional TV show in Odisha, actually, you know what they do in 3 days a week, a half-an-hour show. It's cyber crime. They show the cases, how it happened, in what circumstances it happened, how did they lose money, and they enact the show, and in how you can prevent it. Some expert will come and they'll give these things, how you can prevent it. I feel in that way, you know, somehow they are putting the light, what we are not supposed to do. So this is one question. Apart from this type of TV show, what else can be done where the ordinary people who can be aware of that, how, what to do, what not to do. Books and all people can read, but I'm talking about the mass, people who are not that much into the reading and all. And another thing is that crime against women, you see that many, they themselves will not be aware of the fake ID, and the obscene pictures will be uploaded, and those things. What can be done particularly to protect the women? Like, that is another question. And thank you for the opportunity.
See, to make people aware is very, very important. And as you said, the movies are coming up, more and more audio shows are coming up. We are posting on our social media videos and alert messages. Similarly, we are also going to schools, colleges, universities to make people aware. I think there needs to be a mass movement of awareness. Only then, people will be alert and aware.
Thank you so much, sir, for spending an hour with us. And we got a good comment on our Facebook from our students also. They are just appreciating our talks. And thank you so much for a very brilliant presentation. And on behalf of GSDS Weekly Forum, I extend a very grateful thank for all of you who joined today's GSDS Weekly Forum. As a chair of today's session, Professor Anand, Kumar, Manoj Rai ji, MD Chandar Sahab, Himanshu ji, Professor Gyan Gloi, Miniti Pradhan ji, Sumaya ji, Ravi Vishwesharya, Sharda Prasad, Pratishtha Arora ji from Social Media Matters Platform, Jagjit Kaur ji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we look forward for your physical interactions sometime in our future.
Thank you. Sure. Surely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So now the session is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, please.